y'all, it's Megan again here on the Lawson Farm. So today we're going to be doing a little beginner's guide to canning. So right now, it's getting time that people are starting to get excited about looking for seeds and planting their garden. And for those of you that have never canned, I want you to be prepared and start looking out for deals. They're putting this stuff on sale for the upcoming canning season. So I will go ahead and tell you the first thing that I usually can is strawberry jelly, and that's roughly around May. So we still have a few months to go, but I want y'all to be prepared. So I'm going to go over the equipment that you're going to need to start your canning adventure. So first things first, of course you're going to need a pressure canner. I got mine from Walmart about 6 or 7 years ago. It's a Presto 16 quart pressure canner. And this can also be used for hot water baths because we make things, pickles, jellies, things like that actually don't need to be pressure canned but need a hot water bath. This will serve both purposes, so I'm good with that. Mine is a weighted gauge pressure canner. Instead of actually having the numbers up here on top, it has a little weight that sits on the top. I like it. It's easier for me. I don't have to constantly watch that number on the gauge. It does its own thing. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the tools that you may need. These tools are not an absolute must, but they do make your life a whole lot easier. And they're very cost effective, not expensive, can be found at Walmart, Tractor Supply, Amazon. You can find them anywhere. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to get my little helper to come up here. Come here, Jacob. So the first thing I'm going to show y'all is the funnel. Hold it up there so they can see it. So this funnel goes down in a wide mouth jar or regular mouth jar, and that saves you a lot of mess, and it just makes things a lot easier to pour. Alright, set that back up here. And usually all this stuff, you can get it in a kit or you can buy it separate. The next thing, come on Jacob, we're not done. This is your tool to get your hot jars out of your canner, okay? So you can see here, this is rubber, so it doesn't, it's not slick, you won't drop your cans. You can open it up, and you can get any size jar with these, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you, these will save a lot of burnt hands, because usually, before I got those, I was reaching my hand down in with a towel and trying to pick these things up out of the pressure canner with my hand. That's not fun. So those do help tremendously. And like I said, with that rubber on it, it doesn't make it slippery. So you hanging on to it, you're not gonna drop that jar. The next thing, take that up there for me. So this is a little magnet. Show them the magnet on the end. That is to get your lids out of your pan when you're boiling your lids before you start canning. This also makes your life a lot easier. It's not something you have to have use just tongs to get my lids out. You just kind of have to fish them out, whereas with the magnet, you can just get it right out. Okay. The next tool, this is to measure your head space. So each recipe you have, you're going to be wanting to keep an eye on your head space. Hang on, hold it up like this. And so it has numbers on it. I'm going to turn around here. I don't think those are going to show up, but it does have numbers across here for you to measure the head space, okay? Like I said, again, that's not a must-have. You can do it by eye, which I've done for a long time. Just, again, something more of a convenience than a necessity. So the next tool I would suggest, whether you are new to canning or not, even if you are a seasoned canner, the Ball Book of Home Preserving says it has 400 recipes in there, and anytime I have a question, I usually go to this book because it gives you the amount of time that you're going to cook it under pressure, how much pressure. It gives you some new ideas with things that you can make, like for example when I did my ribs. In here it said do the ribs with barbecue sauce. Why I have never thought of that, I don't know. But I did that, and they were delicious. So, like I said, even if you're a seasoned canner, the Ball book of complete book of home preserving, get you one, okay? Especially if you're brand new, it's got a lot of step-by-step directions in there too that can help you along your way. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna talk about some ingredients to get on your shelves, okay? The first thing is pickling salt. So my little helper's gonna come show y'all that. So this is Mrs. Wages canning and pickling salt. The reason you want that and not just table salt is because this salt does not have any iodine in it. Iodine can make your food spoil faster, whereas this salt doesn't have that in there. Okay?
I was showing the back.
Alright. So the next thing is this. So this is Fruit Fresh, is what it's called. It's made by Ball. I actually like to use this in like my tomato juice, canned tomatoes. It keeps it from changing colors. So if you're doing anything with apples or tomatoes, a lot of times they do, the color kind of changes, and this helps keep it fresh. Okay, it's got citric acid in it, so it's pretty much the same. You can buy just plain citric acid, but I buy the Ball. Alright, and the next thing, this right here, is Sure Gel or pectin. You don't have to have the Sure Gel name, just any kind of fruit pectin, and that's for what I do with make my jellies with. You can make jelly without pectin. I just ain't been brave enough to try it yet, so I do use this, and this can be found at Walmart, Food Line, any places like that. You can find Sure Gel or fruit pectin. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is our jar sizes. A lot of people is going to say, Megan, why are you talking about this? But those of you that have come to this page to learn about canning, I want to make sure I don't miss anything, okay? So the first size jar, this is going to be our little jelly jar. It's like a half a pint, and that's usually what I do put in it is jelly. Now that will take a regular size ring, regular mouth lid, okay? There's nothing special for jelly jars. They're regular mouths. They're just a smaller jar. The next is a wide mouth pint jar. This is good to use for meats, pickles. Pickles are great in the wide mouth jars because they're a lot easier to get out. So I like to put my pickles in those type of jars. Alright, next. This is our regular mouth pint jar. Okay. You can can anything in these, y'all. I used to do pints of green beans, pints of all of my stuff, because it was just, at that time, it was just me and Andy, and so I wanted a smaller serving than a quart, so I put everything in pint jars. And so if you do that, you just look up, because every recipe has a time for pints and a time for quarts, no matter what it is. Every recipe I've ever seen, because of course you're going to pressure can quarts longer than pints. The next is going to be your regular mouth quart jar. Again, any of your vegetables can go in this. That's usually what I put my green beans in, corn, beans. So, I mean, this is your regular jar that you see most of the time, is a regular mouth quart jar. Alright, so next. This is your wide mouth quart jar. So again, this will be great for pickles or anything that's going to be hard to get out. I also can my ribs in that because of the bones. Ribs are really hard to get out, so I put them in my wide mouth jars. Corn on the cob, I do can some corn on the cob. I'll put those in the wide mouth jars. Now, a size jar that I do not have out today is a half a gallon. My pressure canner will not hold a half a gallon jar, so I don't really can in those. I'll do some dry canning in my half gallons. If you want to know more about what dry canning is, check out my video. I'll put a link here somewhere for you to click on. It'll be somewhere on the screen if you want to learn more about dry canning. Alright, so the next thing, these are our regular mouth lids. They usually come in a pack of 12, and like I said, those are good for jelly jars all the way up to quarts, as long as it's the regular mouth quart. And you'll need rings. Now, if you buy these jars brand new in a pack from Walmart, Tractor Supply, any of those places, they're going to come with the lids and the rings, Jacob. Sorry, guys. He's making faces in the camera. But they're going to come already with the rings and the lids. Those are perfectly fine to use. Do not throw away your rings unless they're rusted because they're reusable, okay? So keep them. And then you'll just have to buy lids, not rings too. And then we have our wide mouth lids. Don't move your finger so they can see. I've heard a lot of mixed feedback on the ball lids as far as keeping a seal. I have had a few in the past break seal. I think it was more my fault than the lid's fault. So, yeah, there's that. So just make sure you've got the right kind of lid for the type of jar you have. Okay? Alright, guys. I think that's everything. If you've got any questions concerning any of this that we were talking about today, feel free to leave a comment, send me a message. Just let me know. I'm here to help. I want to, people that are new to canning, want to learn. I want to help you learn. So, hope everyone has a great day. Thank you again for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have not already, please hit that red subscribe button. And if you want notifications on when I post my new videos, if you hit that little bell, you'll get notified hang on, little man, when I post my videos. But I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe. That would help me out tremendously. And if you like the video, just go ahead and hit that like button. That lets YouTube know to suggest more content like what I do here. You'll get stuff from other people too. They know what to suggest for you. So I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see y'all next time.
Bye.